Ann Coulter, the conservative talking head who is kind of, no longer as popular as she used to be, came out recently and attacked Donald Trump yet again. And I say yet again because this is something that Ann Coulter has done repeatedly ever since Donald Trump burst onto the national political stage. She's attacked Trump. She has praised him. She wrote a book about how much she loved him. Then she went in the media and attacked him every day, attacks him on Twitter, and then she loves him again. It's really this weird on and off love-hate relationship that Ann Coulter has with Donald Trump. But recently she appeared on a podcast, The Dishcast, with Andrew Sullivan, where she referred to Trump as abjectly stupid because of how he deceived his own base. Here's her quote. "I had no idea how abjectly stupid the man is. I didn't think he was a genius, but I didn't think he was that stupid." Really? You didn't think he was that stupid? Now listen, I have said over the years here that Donald Trump, I do not believe is a smart man. I truly do not believe that he is intelligent. I believe he has some gifts. He is a very talented salesman. He is exceptionally good, probably the best we've ever seen in this country at conning people. He can talk to people and convince them to do anything because he's a salesman. He is a con man, if you want to call him that, but he's very, very good at that. But that doesn't mean he's an intelligent person. So I have to agree with Ann Coulter on that part of her statement. Now, the reason I can't agree with her beyond that is because Ann Coulter isn't pissed off that Donald Trump is out there still trying to sell election lies. She's not pissed off that his supporters are rotting in jail awaiting trial and he's not paying any of their legal fees, which Tucker Carlson recently called Trump out for. No. She's mad that Donald Trump wasn't extreme enough. She's still angry, the little hate-filled Ann Coulter, that Donald Trump didn't build the wall. And that is what she says is when he duped his supporters. Let me read this. "The one thing he's got to do is build the wall. My theory was if he doesn't build the wall, he loses re-election. He didn't build the wall, he lost re-election. So I couldn't imagine anyone could be so stupid to run on one thing. He's just a very, very, very stupid man. These poor left-behind Americans who were waiting their whole lives for someone to care about them, and he says he cares about them, and he not only betrays them, but he lies to them." Ann, you'd have had me. You'd have had me on this one issue had you not kept talking. And I think that's always the problem these conservatives have. It's like they could actually say something decent and then totally ruin it by getting even more extreme than the person they're attacking. And that's what Ann Coulter is doing here. I'm sorry, Ann, that you got duped into thinking we were going to build a wall to appease all these little racist Trumpists. Those of us living in reality knew it was never going to happen. Donald Trump is not the first politician, by any stretch, to promise to build a wall along our southern border. I mean, hell, that's been a Republican talking point for decades before Trump even became a Republican. He wasn't even the first one to bring it up in 2015 during the primaries, folks. Other Republicans did it, then he jumps in, says, well, my wall's going to be this tall. Other ones say, well, mine's going to be even taller. It was ridiculous. It was a total crap show. And apparently Ann Coulter was just sitting there watching these debates where that happened, eating popcorn, loving every xenophobic minute of it. Because she is so filled with hate that that's all she's capable of doing. And even when she says something kind of true, she has to ruin it by injecting her hate into it. Because that's her brand. And in today's Republican Party, you gotta hate something. You can't be out there like Jeb Bush was in 2015 telling people that, hey, things aren't so bad, but we can always make them better. Nope. You gotta tell them that everything is terrible. You've gotta be the most extreme right-wing talker out there because that market is oversaturated. Ann Coulter used to be on TV every other day just about, folks. And now she's got to fight for airtime with people like Candace Owens and Tomi Lahren and Charlie Kirk and Ben Shapiro and Dan Bongino and all of these other little up-and-comers that have dethroned the queen of hate. But don't worry, Ann. In our hearts, you will always be the most hate-filled and horrible of all the right-wing talking heads.